Hi, this is a video about porE, which is a code for the deterministic and systematic analysis of porosities, which was mainly developed by myself as well as Sebastian. The code is available at GitHub under open source license. The easiest way to install it is via pip3 install porE, or you can also git clone the repository and then install it locally. The question, of course, is why another code? Well, all the approaches in porE to calculate porosities are fully deterministic, which makes them fully reproducible, in contrast to most of the common implementations in other codes. We also tried to write them down in a very simple manner, such that you as a user can really understand what's going on in the code to produce the results. In addition, we have a user-friendly Python interface, which first of all enables complex workflows and also allows you to manipulate any parameter that affects your results. About efficiency, everything that is numerically expensive is written in Fortran, which is then made available via the Python interface, so we really try to make the code about as efficient as possible. And why should you use it? Well, there are a lot of really good codes out there, and it's very advisable to double check your results with different codes. But it is sometimes kind of difficult to really understand what is happening in other codes. And if you really want to understand what's going on, and if you want to have your results to be deterministic and with that fully reproducible, and also if you like Python, then I think porE is the code for you. So what can porE do? First of all, it calculates porosities with 3 different deterministic approaches. We have a helium approach, the HEA, which is based on a cellist method to compute the helium void fraction. We then have the overlapping sphere approach, OSA, which is based on a hard sphere model where we compute the overlap of atomic spheres, and from that derive the void porosity. And we have a grid point approach where we base a grid inside the unit cell and evaluate every single grid point. This allows us, by systematically increasing the grid, to approach the numerical limit of the porosity. Further, we can compute pore size distributions, which effectively tells us how many pores do I have and how big are they. And from that we can compute the pore windows, which effectively tells us whether an adsorbed species can reach the pores of a porous material or not. So with that, I really like you to stay tuned. In the following videos we will go into way more detail about the approaches that I talked about. If you want to know more, recently we uploaded the most recent version of the underlying paper to ChemRxiv, so go there, download the paper, download the code. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot us an email. And with that, I really like to thank you for your attention.